All right, it's time to finish Resident Evil 4 today, I think. Just W key this fucking shit. Good morning. What's the co-op game you're planning? What? Did she talk about co-oping today? Fuck that bitch. New D&D info from Ironmace Discord. Oh. Someone link me that. Dat winch. That's what I'm saying, man. Fuck, she's leaking all my strats today. No, we're planning. Our plan, at least, you know, before we went to bed last night, we're like, let's, we haven't duoed on stream in a while. Let's fucking, at least not on my main channel. Let me finish Resident Evil 4, and then let's find something to do. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll see. But let me see this image. Holy fuck, that is long. Let me get my cam on. 1 sec. It's not on. Fuck. Shit. Hang on. Battery might be dead. God damn it. Why? Did I unplug something? Like, I must have. I really don't think my camera is charging like it should be. But, new battery. All right. Nice. Yeah, battery's dead. Okay. Shush. Quiet, bitch. We are Ironmace CEO, Ironmace, South Korean independent video game developer company. Okay, first sentence doesn't matter. Nexon states, oh wait, actually, this letter is intended to address the serious allegations of copyright infringement and misappropriation of trade secrets that have been levied against us in the recent DMCA takedown notice from Nexon Korea Corporation. All right. Wow. All right. Nexon states that according to their investigation, Dark and Darker appears to have built and developed using trade secrets and copyrighted information, copied and stolen from Nexon. We would like to show that these allegations are baseless. No copyrighted materials or misappropriated trade secrets from Nexon are used by Ironmace. In the takedown notice, Nexon lists their registered copyrights pertaining to the P3 project, which were registered just last month, more than 6 months after Dark and Darker was revealed to the public. I saw that. So, apparently, they tried to, what's the word? I think they literally said it here. Yeah, they registered their, fuck, there's a word for it. They didn't say it. Patent, I guess, but their copyright rights to like the Cleric and the Ranger and all this stuff, they did that after Dark and Darker came out. I don't know. And there was a Reddit post where you could see, like, I guess all patents are public. Their IP, yeah, whatever. Anyways, as a subject to the alleged infringement, the first point of contention appears where they accuse one of our members of acquiring and transferring key assets to his personal server without authorization, resulting in an unlawful transfer. Here is our response to this claim. Due to a mandatory remote work policy implemented by Nexon in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the accused member received multiple written authorizations from executive members at Nexon from 2020 to 2021. Why is my camera dead again? Is my shit just not... Hold on. I think my shit's broken. Something's going on here. I was getting into that too. It looks like an entire side of...
That's amazing.
God fucking damn it. Babe? Why are you offline? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Hang on. Hang on. I'm trying to fix my fucking camera. Let's put in another battery. I hope this one is charged up. It said it had 3 bars on it, so let me fucking adjust shit here. Don't judge my mattress. I don't make my bed. All right. Back to what I was reading here, because this is interesting. I'm going to restart the paragraph. Due to a mandatory remote work policy, COVID-19 pandemic, whose member, blah, blah, blah. The accused member received multiple written authorizations from executive members at Nexon from 2020 to 2021, allowing him to utilize an external personal server to improve the performance of his team. Version control, build machine, and dedicated server. After utilizing the personal servers for almost a year, the accused member asked the leadership if it was okay to continue using his personal servers. The leaders told him to refrain from using the personal servers. The accused member agreed to take down the servers as long as he could maintain the performance of his team by having his programming team come to the office, bypassing the company-wide remote work policy. The accused member initiated the takedown of the personal servers, but due to the uncertainty of sporadic COVID waves, taking down the server in a quick and exhaustive manner was not a high priority. As a result, some automated scripts related to the build machine were left running on his personal server at the time. When the buildings next to his office were shut down due to confirmed COVID cases, he took a risk and fully set up his personal servers to aid in development. Since all company machines were monitored using company-wide endpoint solution, the existence and usage of his personal servers, ones that were subject of approvals and reapprovals, must be reasonably known to Nexon over this multi-month period of development. Not a single warning was received from that security team, so it was easy to construe. It was acknowledgement that his actions were acceptable. Otherwise, it would mean that Nexon would be failing at taking reasonable measures to maintain the confidentiality of their assets. And COVID made everything just like weird. Okay. The accused member decided to leave Nexon in June 2021 due to a breakdown of trust with one of his superiors and due to the uncertain atmosphere at the company. His prior project was unceremoniously canceled after a well-received milestone presentation in 2020, and numerous other projects around him were also canceled during this time. Having worked closely with his development team, he informed them about his plans to leave Nexon. He made it clear that the reason for leaving was due to uncertain atmosphere fostered at the company. He also stated that he'd welcome the team's talents for his next endeavor. He made it clear that he'd likely pursue a project in the same genre as P3, but explicitly clarified that any development would be made completely from scratch. This fact has been noted in witness testimony collected by the police, investigating a separate personal lawsuit filed against the accused member by Nexon. Shortly after Nexon's leadership became aware of the accused member's plan to leave the company, instead of trying to resolve it in a professional manner, they abruptly sent the internal audit team and accused him of stealing files. Despite having observed his personal server for being used without notice for several months, due to harassment and the lack of respect from the company, and after consulting with his lawyers, he concluded that his private info on his private servers was not subject to any record, so he deleted his info to ensure his privacy. Yeah, this has been going on for 2 years. Or 3, actually. This whole ordeal. It's just, Anyways, last paragraph. He was fired based on these unproven claims and subsequently sued by the company a month later, with liens placed on his home and other assets. His personal lawsuit is still ongoing, and the claims of stealing or misappropriating these files have not been substantiated. He has been fully cooperative with the investigation from the police and has been the target of multiple search warrants. Ironmace has also been the subject of multiple search warrants during this investigation and has been as accommodating as possible to speed up this process and prove no wrongdoing. The fact that 9 of the 20 plus P3 project team members voluntarily left Nexon out of their own free will to join Ironmace, despite the inherent risks of joining a startup, shows the trust that the accused member instills in his peers. Oh, fuck, there's pages. All right, let's keep going. Goddamn. All right. As a secondary contention, the takedown notice submitted by Nexon then alleges that the founder of Ironmace, Terrence Park, knew that the accused member used stolen trade secrets and copyrighted material to develop Dark and Darker to knowingly benefit oneself and Ironmace. Basing this claim purely on past association and without offering any proof, here is our response to this claim. The founder of the company has no knowledge that any stolen trade secrets or copyrighted material were ever used to develop Dark and Darker. In fact, the founder has on multiple occasions told members of his team that they must be extra diligent in ensuring that everything is done by the books in order to uphold the vision and branding of the company. Okay? The takedown notice then states that Nexon's P3 game has never been disclosed to a third party during this period in an attempt to strengthen their claims that the only way to come up with a similar idea was to have stolen it. However, this claim can be clearly proven false. Nexon disclosed P3 in a media showcase in August 2021 to members of the gaming media, who then wrote about it in multiple blogs and articles as shown below. Damn. Okay. So they couldn't have stolen it. They publicly announced it and all that jazz. Somebody is this is interesting. This makes me feel very good so far. I like this. The takedown notice then states that no other games had the same concept, genre, and plot as the P3 game, even though none of the contents of these categories are original, and other games like Expedition Agartha have all three that are similar. The fuck is Expedition Agartha? What? Seven months ago.
I'm excited to try out this game. You know, it's an indie game. It's an want to do early access is because they want to be able to basically build the game with the players. It says it looks like they're 1 to 2 years away, if not earlier, from early access ending. I was reading this and I found this interesting. It says we want to be able to expand the game to have 3 playable maps, more than 5 maps by full release.
I'll be honest, it actually looks just like Dark and Darker, just more cartoony.
Each update will bring the player deeper into the earth, closer
and
to
shitty.
Agartha. I think I said that right. Every update, we will also release new
and outside
balancing patches, and we also plan to add more player progression mechanics.
Oh my god.
For early access, progression will be centered around gaining game knowledge, completing quests.
All right. I don't know. What is this guy's cam? What is this? Damn, look at this fucking top-down view. Okay. Anyways, now I see why they mentioned that game. The notice then states that within a mere 10 months of forming Ironmace, its demo/test version of Dark and Darker became publicly available in August 2022. The notice states that it is impossible for Ironmace to have developed Dark and Darker in such a short time frame without using Nexon's trade secrets and confidential info. Again, without offering any proof, here is our response to this claim. Just because it may be difficult for a large bureaucratic company such as Nexon to develop games in such a short time frame does not mean it impossible for another studio, big, small, new, or old, to develop games quick. Holy shit. Okay. That's a good sentence. God. Just because it's hard for you. Okay. Favorite sentence of this whole thing so far. Firstly, Ironmace started with a larger team at the beginning of development. Secondly, the starting team composition was better set for quick development with a heavy focus on programming. Thirdly, the P3 project team did not have a server programmer, while Ironmace made sure to have one from the very start due to the importance of building a stable server architecture. Okay. Building games is actually like, it's such an unappreciated, difficult thing to do. I mean, underappreciated. As much as people appreciate it, I still think it's underappreciated. It is a fucking mess how many moving parts there are and how many people need to know what the fuck's going on. Anyways, fortunately, we have evidence and we'll be releasing soon. We will be releasing soon that shows exactly how we built our game so quickly and efficiently. Firstly, we rely on utilizing as many store-bought assets as possible for use as 3D game objects, as that compromises the bulk of the cost and time in game development, We will soon release a list of the store-bought assets that were used in development of Dark and Darker to show how almost all 3D assets were purchased from the Unreal Marketplace. We also have numerous videos providing evidence of key milestone builds from our early internal playtests up until our most recent tests, showing our progress and how we built the game from the ground up that we will soon start to post online. For more technically minded, we will also soon share the logs and file lists from our GIT version control repository from the very first push up until when we added our in-house anti-cheat implementation. About a year's worth of development logs. Oh, God. Okay. So other developers can easily see the progression of our game and how unlikely it is to sneak in stolen code and assets, since key members of Ironmace were also in the development team of the P3 project, and how quickly and haphazardly the P3 project was built. If anything, using assets, design, and code built for that project would have been a hindrance rather than a benefit to the development of Dark and Darker. I could see that. Basically, we didn't... Okay. They fucking hate Nexon. They're firing shots. Your code sucks. But also, it's like one of those things where it's like, once you start, I don't write code, but I would imagine once you start, like, dragging other shit in, it's like, no, that would just make it more difficult. No matter how good your shit is, dragging it into already working on stuff would just be AIDS. The notice then states that Nexon conducted a comparative analysis of Dark and Darker and the P3 game. They state that they found over 2,300 resources with identical file names between the two games, proving that the number of identical file names is too substantial for mere coincidence. Here is our response to that claim. They were kind enough to list all the identical files names after removing the ones that are similar due to the usage of the same engine, and appended it to Exhibit D of their takedown claim. Of the remaining 1,000 resources listed in Exhibit D with identical names, 950 are due to being identical store-bought assets and plugins for the Unreal Engine. The remaining 82 identical resource files, actually 41 resource because the file names are duplicates with variations in the extension names, can easily be easily explained due to recommended file naming or naming conventions and general conceptual names that would be similar in a typical first-person fantasy game. Okay, yeah, health, mana, sword, shield, block, sword.png. Soda is at a 3rd grade reading level. My reading, listen, this is a struggle for me, all right? I'm used to reading Twitch chat. This is a step up. Where are the emotes? I don't know, man. Plus, it's written by a fucking lawyer. Fuck you, this is hard. Okay, we would welcome and be happy to do a comparative analysis of the actual content of these identically named files through a third-party auditor. If Nexon agrees to provide their files, we have provided a list of sources for all the identical resources listed by Nexon. The notice then states the similarities in the character design and other setting and structural designs of the two games. Our response is that both games rely on very traditional classic fantasy tropes, none of which are original and can be found in numerous other fantasy games, including the listed character classes and the torch mechanics. Both games, being in the same genre of classic fantasy dungeon crawler, can explain these similarities. Okay, health, mana, like block, shield, sword, bow, spell, fireball. The notice then states that even if, as Ironmace has argued in media statements, the graphic assets, including character designs, were purchased from the Unreal Marketplace, it does not explain the numerous specific aspects of the characters in Dark and Darker characters that are different from the graphic assets available for purchase on Unreal Marketplace, but are identical to the aspects of the character found in the P3 game. Here is our response to that. For clarity, much of the 3D graphic assets were purchased from the Unreal Marketplace. You have to keep fucking saying that. But many 2D graphic elements, including character concept art and UI, were created in-house. The character concept artworks are based on a very traditional fantasy subject matter and tropes, which explains their similarities. Furthermore, the character concept artwork for both games are created by the same individual, explaining the similarities in style. We will soon link a separate document from our concept art or artist explaining the core difference in the artwork and why our artwork is not an infringement of the characters in P3 game. The document will display other concept artwork found through a Google image search for the subject matter, showing the similarities due to the common fantasy tropes. This is fucking funny. It actually, it almost makes me sad that like events like this need to be explained so thoroughly. But I guess it's how it works, you know. Our music sounds exactly the same, but we bought this from an Unreal Marketplace. I mean, it's like the art style is the same. Well, it's the same fucking artist. Like, it's the same guy. But he's just trying it again. All right. Anyways. Fuck, where was I? I'm right here, under the red line. The notice then states that the level and extent of the two games' key concepts, genre, and storyline make it clear that Ironmace must have used Nexon's trade secrets to create Dark and Darker. Again, both the concepts and storyline are purposely traditional and generic and can be found in many fantasy games, including pen and paper RPGs, which is one of the main inspirations for Dark and Darker. The premise of adventures delving into dungeons full of monsters and treasures in their quest to seek riches is so generic and common that it can broadly be applied to numerous other fantasy games. Just for fun, we asked ChatGPT to come up with a description. We just for fun, we asked ChatGPT to come up with a description for a generic PvP dungeon crawling game that created an eerily similar game description below. That's so fucked up. Just for fun. The thing is, I see what Nexon's going for here. A 75-year-old fucking old guy would be like, wow, there's so many similarities. Oh my god, they're the same thing. But like anyone who's played a video game, who has even seen Lord of the Rings, would just be like, okay. It's like trying to trademark the idea of superheroes fucking everywhere. It's I don't know. Anyways, let me see. Certainly, here is a generic game description for a PvP dungeon crawling game. In this PvP dungeon crawling game, players compete against each other in a dangerous and mysterious dungeon filled with traps, puzzles, and monsters. Players choose their characters from a variety of classes, each with unique abilities and playstyles. They must navigate through the dungeon, fight off waves of monsters, and solve puzzles to progress deeper into the dungeon. However, in addition to battling monsters, players must also face off against each other in intense PvP combat. They can attack other players to steal their loot and gain an advantage, but they must also be careful not to get caught off guard by enemy players. Along the way, players will collect loot, weapons, and magical items that will help them in their quest. They can also trade items with other players and buy and sell items from NPC shops. You know what? When I hope Dark and Darker gets through all of this and releases, this should be their unironic game description in Steam. Just a fucking shot in the nuts. Just put it on Steam. It actually should be the Steam fucking description. The gameplay involves strategic decision-making, as players must decide when to attack other players and when to focus on advancing through the dungeon. They must also manage their resources carefully, as they have a limited supply of weapons, spells, and health. God, this is good. Okay. That was ChatGPT, the fucking AI. Let's, last paragraph here. Oh, no, that was it. No, there it is. The ultimate goal of the game is to reach the deepest level of the dungeon and defeat the final boss. Oh, it's still going. All while outsmarting and defeating other players. This game offers an exciting and competitive experience for players who both enjoy PvE and PvP gameplay. Finally, the shared characteristics of the two games that the notice points out in Exhibit E are again easily explained by conventions found commonly in the shared game genres and are found in many other similar games. Given the info presented, it is difficult to believe that Nexon, in good faith, could reasonably believe that Ironmace has infringed on the copyrights of their P3 project. They also provide no actual evidence that Ironmace misappropriated Nexon's trade secret info in the creation of Dark and Darker, but instead base it on circumstantial claims. Finally, they accuse Ironmace of a flagrant breach of Valve's SSA and SOCR. What is that? SSA and SOCR. Okay, let me keep reading. Restricting our ability to provide our game to players in the largest mainstream PC. Okay, so I guess some sort of rule that Nexon got Dark and Darker removed from Steam. And I don't know what the fuck those things. Software service agreement. Okay, some type of shit like that, sure. Restricting our ability to provide our game to players in the largest mainstream PC game platform and severely obstructing our ability to do business. Ironmace requests that Nexon renounce their baseless claims. If they would like to compete on merit, we welcome Nexon to promptly accommodate the comparison of source code, custom assets, and design documents with the police to quickly and decisively put an end to this matter. Damn. Damn. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the Dark and Darker Reddit. I gotta see some fucking top comments here. What is good? Because it's clearly gonna fucking be there. I gotta see this shit. Ironmace chat. Excellent. I'd like to remind everyone Ironmace stated on the 6-word page February 14th. Okay. Guys, I'm starting to think the entire game industry is stolen ideas. I don't know what the fuck this picture is. Some Diablo shit. Dude, this poor guy, I swear, he, like, posting a Ranger clip every day until early access day 40. Fucking, the comments were so brutal the day, like, the claims went out. I was like, I hope you've got a lot of clips, bro. He's been going on. I've been watching every single one. He's been pumping them out. Best spell in the game. Penguins in a video. All right. He's a Chad. Yeah, he's doing it. All right. 5 comments 2 hours ago. Must have been very recent. Damn. All right. I mean, shit. This makes me feel really good. I do still think the next playtest is going to be fucked. I hope it's not. I truly hope it's not. But, I mean, fuck. Honestly, maybe they're still working on it. They're still doing things. The playtest will still happen. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's like, maybe like the people actually making the game, doing that groundwork, haven't been that interrupted. It's the CEO, the high up, and then all the lawyers handling all of this shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm coped. Depends on Steam's stance. I hope it's fucked so you have to play shitty games. That's fucked up, man. Why are you coping? Because I want to play the game. What do you mean, why? What kind of dumb question is that? What? Even if they stole everything, I hope Nexon loses. They didn't. Reading this, I would bet money on Ironmace not having done anything. If they're willing to, like, they're basically saying, like, okay, we'll just show everything. Like, everything. We'll show all of it. You just show your shit as well. If Ironmace is willing to do that, they're the ones that have nothing to hide. right? Like, it's like simple as that. Which is why I'm confident that it'll be fine. It's just like, fuck, the next playtest, you know?
So Dark and Darker actually applied for the Games Expo last year. Dark and Darker actually applied for the OTK Games Expo last year. But they weren't in the show, and it's because the game looked like ass. The game didn't look good.
Wait, he's telling me? Okay. Interesting. L take. Wait, I can't believe it. Says who? So, all right. Wow. Someone just linked this to me and I looked at it. I was like, I didn't. Okay, S-Fan talked about that. I guess we're allowed to. See your score? Oh. I already closed the game. Unlucky. But yeah, so for the OTK Games Expo, we're like, you know, taking in tons of different game requests, yada yada. And Tips was receiving a ton of emails. You can imagine how many like fucking indie games are like, I want to be in the Games Expo, blah blah blah, right? And I didn't even get to see it, but from what Tips tells me, their trailer that they sent us for the Games Expo was essentially a guy hitting a skeleton. That's it. Nothing else. And so he literally didn't even like put it to the wave where we would look at it. That's the game though. You know what? I got to see the trailer. Let me listen to this. I don't know how much we're talking about here.
So the game didn't look good. Yeah. So
okay. I want to see what Tips saw. I've already yelled at him because Tips knows that like Dark and Darker is like an insanely good game. Pretty much everyone in OTK grinds it like crazy. We love that game. I want to see what stupid ass trailer they fucking sent us. They had to have sent some bullshit. It's probably the one on Steam. Let me see the one on... Well, fuck. It's not on Steam anymore, is it? God damn it. Maybe it's on YouTube. Hang on. One month ago. Maybe this is it. This is fan made? Okay, fuck that. I mean, I would look at this and be like, oh, this could be interesting. This can't be it. This is the Steam one? I mean, if this is the one that Tips saw and declined, I'd be pissed at him. I'd be fucking mad. But beware, learn... Asking Tips to judge games. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yes, Dark and Darker applied to be at the OTK Games Expo and were fucking declined. Yes. They were declined by Tips. It did not cross my desk or anyone else. Yes. The trailer is bad. It is trash. But even then, like, I don't know. If I saw this and I saw co-op, like, oh, this is online co-op. You get to play with friends in this little dungeon thing. This actually could be good. Is there gear? Does it show gear in here? I mean, it kind of does. Look at this. Yeah, this... I would I would at least have not shoved it to the side and been like, nope, not worth even showing to the other guys. I would not have done that. I can't believe it, Tips. Tips is working for Nexon. That piece of shit. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind tomorrow because I think we have a meeting. Anyways. The fuck else? Did he say anything else about that? I never know what we're allowed to talk about in OTK. I have no clue, but there's a lot of things going on that are cool as fuck. And a lot of things that are interesting as fuck. Like, I think that's super interesting. I'm pissed because I wish it was there. I wish we could have fucking announced that game. But still, it's interesting that they fucking applied it got declined. What is this? Nexon is reviewing legal action on creators Dark and Darker, who are former employees of a canceled title, Project P3. P3 was dropped for survival. Those who stayed at Nexon work on this Tarkov-like game. Others left at Ironmace. Is this... Is this P3? Potion of healing. I see that shit. Shockingly similar. Yeah, it is pretty close. But at the same fucking time, I just don't know how you're supposed to fucking do it. It's like the same artists, like the whole team just fucking swapped over. It's pretty open genre that like a lot of people do. How the fuck else do you make health potions? And then it's like generic as fuck that like you go from white to green to blue in rarity. I saw like he hovered over and it was like a blue health potion. It's Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, I don't know. It's not going to be up to me. It's going to be up to court people. That's going to suck. Nexon suspects their game assets were leaked. Our code was built from scratch. Was purchased from Unreal Marketplace. More screenshots of Nexon's canceled P3 project. Opening chest. Is that like a skull beetle? The fuck? Ooh. There's that book, Fireball. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. That's different. I don't know. It's definitely like a highly debated subject. We'll see. It could still be Unreal Engine Store items. Like truly unbiased. As unbiased as I can possibly be. Like, I don't care how similar it is. It's a different game. It's like, it just sounds like a whole bunch of weird, shitty fucking events like COVID making complications, and then the fact that the guy got, or I guess he got fired or whatever. Like the whole events were just weird that led up, which makes it kind of like sus. But at the end of the day, it's like, no. I feel like I worded that awfully. Hang on. But you're a streamer, so you'll probably play it anyways. Play what? It's a shit thing, and with legal matters, sure, Nexon is in the right, but it's stupid situation, and Nexon only wants money. Nexon's in the right? I don't know. I don't know. If the game was really canceled, then I don't see an issue. If it wasn't, then who knows? That's what I'm saying. I just don't know.